Hello again, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. On the basis of some conversations, an email or two that has happened with regards to questions that have arisen, felt it was time to communicate again on the simple basis that if a couple of people are having questions about something, it's very possible others are having maybe the exact same questions or questions that sound a lot like it. So with that in mind, we wanted to communicate in a couple of ways. Number one is this video, which I've got some information for you to share. But number two is going to be a mail that's going to come to your home the old-fashioned way. It's going to come to your mailbox, not your electronic mailbox. So look for that, and more on that in just a minute. My message today is going to begin with just a look back at the Russia-Ukraine invasion, really as an illustration, because we are now we're approaching 7 months since Russia invaded Ukraine. And if you'll think back to then, there were a whole lot of predictions going on about that whole conflict. I'll just focus on two of them. One of them that got a lot of airspace was that Putin wouldn't even pull the trigger. Well, that was wrong because Putin did pull the trigger. The second one was that once they had pulled the trigger, then Russia would just roll over tiny Ukraine in a matter of days or weeks. And once again, that was wrong. And as we've covered for years on end in communications like this and in teachings that we've conducted, predictions are so oftentimes wrong. So you've got a lot of people back at it again now, which we get every time we get downturns in equity prices and we get soft markets, which is what we're in the middle of. So you get the hysterical financial journalists and the podcasters trying to scare people out of prudent investment strategies. And that's happening anew again right now. What do they try to scare people into? Things like gold and silver. Gold, which I've referred to for years as yellow rocks. And the short thing on gold is that yellow rocks are not an inflation fighter. The best inflation fighter that has ever been known to investors is owning shares in the great companies of the world, which is what we guide you to do. You'll notice I refer to them as the great companies and not as the stock market. The stock market is the subject of the essay that's coming to you, which is going to differentiate between what we do by having you invest in the great companies versus what speculators and market timers do with trading the stock market. There is a distinct difference, so please look for that. I'll close with a really simple reminder, and that is one of our primary value propositions, one of the reasons why I've been set into the world, which is to carry this message. And that is, we are goal-focused, planning-driven, long-term equity investors. That's what we're here to help people do. And what we do is we help people get to a specific financial place, and when they get there, to be able to provide a life-sustaining income that is designed to last for up to decades. And we know that this works. In the year 2022 alone, we have had client households, numbers 92, 93, 94, and 95, reach their finish lines. And our definition of a household reaching their finish line is when the last person in that household has passed away. These households, all 95 of them, have reached that finish line with both their income intact and the nest egg necessary to pay that income intact as well. In short, this stuff works. So we're here to help stay disciplined and to keep you on track, just like all those 95 households. Thanks again for tuning in, and please call with any questions. Thank you.